Big up, guys. Welcome to the Football Overseas YouTube channel. We are live for another prediction. We are live for a show, and this is UEFA Champions League draw. Obviously, I did not have enough time to make the background, but apologies for that. But make sure you subscribe, like, share, because this is a live, grow live, watch along, watch. Yes, and be watching it on the side here. So big up and let me share the screen. Yeah, so I'm joined for all those who want to join the stream, hop on, talk about the sale draw. The the link is in the chat. I'll also do that. I'll pin it in the chat there and make it to a pinned chat. You can join on, hop on. I'll add you on. This is an open stream, and it's sale draw. We'll be talking about it as it happens, and I'll let you guys and make sure for those who are new, obviously rack up the likes, rack up the also subscribe to the channel as well, and yeah. So big up to you guys, big up to the legends, big up to everyone, and if I'm doing this solo, then at least interact with me in the comment section and everything as well. Mhm. Where is it? Hmm. I want to do this here for. Yeah, so I think I've got everything sorted so far. I can even start it off. Yeah, so sorry for the delay. I was trying to get my league straight. So these are the pots that we have for the Champions League draw of 2026-2027. We saw what we'll do. We'll have a draw. We'll have the team name up there, and we'll be tagging the teams that are drawing here. We know two. We know two teams from pot one, two teams for pot two, two teams for pot three, two teams for pot four. Those are the rules. There are four home games. There are four away games, and top eight is automatic qualification. Six ninth to 24th is the quart playoffs, and 25th to 36th is not out of the Champions League. Yeah, so this is pot one. Pot one has PSG, Bayern Munich, Liverpool, Inter Milan, Man City, Arsenal as well. Yeah, Arsenal, Arsenal, the Premier League champion. It also has a La Liga champion, Barcelona, as well. And I don't know what to do about this. I think this is better content, but yeah, where I'm here. It's possible that I contain both. Yeah, there. Yeah. Then the charts. Oh, maybe it can be here or here. It will be weird, but anyway, there is better. So yeah, so we all know that Liverpool. These are the ports. Liverpool. Uh-huh. They are perfect. Man City, Arsenal, Liverpool, Barcelona, Atletico Madrid, and in Madrid, that's another pot. And yeah, so in terms of pot one history, I'll give a bit of history about pot one. Pot one, we have a bit of quite interesting history about pot one. Spanish teams versus English teams. Spanish clubs like Atletico Madrid, and Barcelona, Atletico Madrid historically dominate against English clubs like Man City, Liverpool, and Arsenal. That's a bit of history that you didn't know. In major UEFA knockout stages and finals, Real Madrid in particular has a long track record of eliminating English opponents too, though Man City has pushed back heavily in recent years. Yeah. Germany versus England. German clubs has historically edged out English clubs in total wins. Bayern Munich has famously dominated Arsenal over the years, though matches against Liverpool and Manchester City are traditionally much tighter. Yeah. Spanish versus Germany. Real Madrid holds the historic superior knockout record against Bayern Munich, historically dubbed as the European Classico, while Bayern Munich historically dominates Barcelona in terms of total goals and win margins as well. Italy versus the rest. Inter Milan has standards and historic dominance over most clubs, but slug goals specifically against Spanish opponents like Real Madrid in recent decades. Pot two, I know the clue. Let me check whether the clue is happening in 1 minute time. Yeah, I'm even on checking my phone so that I'm not delayed. I want to even watch it on my phone so that I'm not delayed. Yeah, the pot two has Dortmund, AS Roma, Sporting CP, the Europa League champion Aston Villa, Porto, Man United, Club Brugge, Real Betis, and PSV. Yes, and they are playing their anthem. The history about Pot 2, England versus Portugal. This is history about each other, obviously, among the teams in Pot 2. England versus Portugal. English clubs have heavily dominated Portuguese opposition historically. Man United has a famous highly successful history against both Porto and Sporting CP, including a historical knockout class. Could another history, could Bruno Fernandes be heading back home as well? Could he be heading back home or facing one of his former teams? Maybe he could. And Germany versus England, Ma- Dortmund versus United or Aston Villa represent a tight historical margin, but English football generally boasts a slightly deeper record over German sides outside of Bayern Munich's individual dominance. Yes. Like apart, if you take away Bayern Munich and then you have Germany, rest of Germany versus England, we England has boast a slightly deeper record over German sides, apart from Germany. Yes, apart from Bayern Munich. Yeah, Italy versus everyone else. Roma has historically struggled against English clubs, notably United, who famously beat them 7-1 in 2007, but hold very strong dominant record when playing against Portuguese or Belgium sides. and they'll enjoy that in this group. Netherlands versus Spain slash Portugal. PSV slash PSV matches up closely against Portuguese sides like Porto and Sporting, but Spanish sides like Real Betis or their counterparts historically dominate that clubs in terms of tactical matchups and total wins. Mm. So clubs that teams that have never faced each other, and I think these teams will probably face each other in this sport or be drawn against each other in the sport. We have Aston Villa versus Real Betis. They've never faced each other in official UEFA matches. Aston Villa versus Sporting CP. Real Betis versus Club Brugge. Real Betis versus PSV. Those four teams, those four matches. For pot three, we have Fernandoid Lille, Napoli, Leipzig, Villarreal, Shakhtar, who's using Stamford Bridge as the venue for this Premier League, for this Champions League season. And then we have Galatasaray, and then we have Bordeaux. I don't know where I place Bordeaux. Mhm. Yeah, sorry, Bordeaux is also another team. Fenerbahce. So they're explaining the rules, yeah, of the Champions League draw. So the questions to guys is where do you think who do you think will get who in the Champions League draw? That's a good question. So and Fenerbahce as well after that good winner against Lyon in the qualifiers. A bit of history about both three among each other. Italy versus German side, Napoli versus Leipzig. Italian teams historically display a tactical edge over German clubs in knockout co- con- context outside by Munich, while Leipzig represents a modern, high-energy threat. Napoli holds a deeply rooted history of dominating transitional German sides through disciplined defensive structures and sharp counterattacks. Spain versus France. This is this is key because of Villarreal versus Lille. Spanish clubs heavily dominate French teams in European competitions, apart from PSG. Yes, Villarreal historical consistency in Europa League and Champions League knockouts statuses gives them a massive upper hand over League One sides like Lille. Yeah, not over other sides like PSG. Netherlands versus Turkey, Feyenoord versus Fenerbahce slash Galatasaray. This one is one of the most explosive or evenly matched national rivalries in Europe as well. Dutch clubs tend to dominate technical position at home, while yeah, while yeah, technically at home, where was I? Technically position at home, while Turkey's side heavily dominates the physical home intensity in Istanbul as well. In Ukraine versus the field, Shakhtar Donetsk has a fantastic, fascinating track record of historical dominance against French sides but struggles matching up against top tier Italian or Spanish opposition. Now, these are clubs that have never met each other in UEFA matches. I could be wrong, but Bordeaux, most of these are Bordeaux. Bordeaux versus Villarreal, Bordeaux versus Lille, and Bordeaux versus Feyenoord, and Bordeaux versus Leipzig. Leipzig versus Fenerbahce, and Lille versus Shakhtar. Port V, Port V has confirmed 9 teams. Startgate, Como, Lens, Slava Prague, Lask. Uh, these are confirmed teams. Slovan Bratislava and Eke Athens. Eke Athens as well. German versus Sheffield. Even a mild to lower tier Bundesliga side historically carries a massive tactical physical edge over clubs from smaller nations like Greece, Slovakia, or Austria. Startgate historically dominates matchups against lower coefficient regions due to domestic league depth as well. France versus Eastern and Central Europe. French sides like Lens generally detect play and hold a historical dominance over Austrian or Czech Republic sides using athletic profiling and profiling and intense classical press that leagues that smaller leagues historically struggles to break down. Hmm. So me Mikinios has received the UEFA respect for Beyond the Game award, hmm, for 2026 for PSG after he hugged Arsenal defender who was sad. Yeah. Now I think they're about to begin. They're going to show the teams. They're explaining the draw. Obviously, I've just explained to you guys the draw of what happened. Mm, a lot of chatting. Obviously, obviously, will Arsenal go further this time in the Champions League because Arsenal reached this final last season. PSG is back to back Champions League winners. They do a three-peat like Real Madrid and win it 3 times in a row. They're looking to do that 3 times in a row. Hopefully, they don't. Yeah. UEFA's President Award winner for 2026 is Terry Henry. Henry was given by UEFA. Obviously, another showing history. Mm, mm. Yeah. So, what I guys thought on this Champions League, the ports and everything else. Yeah, I feel like also they should cut out these stories as well, and they should make it quick because like with the way how yeah, like with the way what do you call it, FA does it. FA makes the Carabao Cup quick. They just go straight to the draw process. They cut out the stories, and some UEFA should do the same thing because yes, you have the award ceremony, but this award ceremony should be separate from the draw so that you don't waste people's time as well. Yeah, uh, because by the time we finish all of this, we'll be here for long periods. Mm, yeah, Thierry Henry is still being questioned. Come on, cut out the stories. That starts a draw seminary. You should start drawing teams. I'm frustrated. I'm gonna look for a comfortable pill. I'll be right back since the Come on. Yeah, I know this might be on draw. Yeah, finally he's done with the awards. Okay, can I put this here? And then put myself here. 26 minutes so far, and around 26 minutes, and they are still talking that way. Ooh, who's this being given the clue? Is that Biscuits? Atletico Madrid, Barcelona, 14 goals, UCL group goals. Wow. Number 7. It's David Villa. It's David Villa. Yeah, for those who remember, David Villa is giving the draw. David Villa he played for Atletico Madrid, Barcelona. So David Villa is one of the people giving the draw alongside Terry Henry. Yeah, and now he has to give his side of the story. Yeah, so obviously you know that in this Champions League draw, that teams from the same nation cannot be drawn together, and top one, number one, and number two cannot be drawn together. So they must be in separate draws. No, must be in separate brackets. I wonder who finished first. Yeah, so 36 teams joined the stage. Each team are split into four pots of 9 teams. Each team plays 8 games, 8 matches against 8 different teams. Each team plays two opponents from every pot, one at home, one away. Teams cannot play clubs from the same nation, and teams can face a maximum of teams, two clubs from any other signal country. And teams cannot repeat this exact same fixture with the same home team for 3 straight seasons. So the new rule, I want to search the meaning. Yeah. So the new rule, this means that if Team A hosted Team B in 2024, 2025, 2025, 2026 stages, league stages, Team A is strictly banned from hosting Team B at the stadium again for 2026, 2027 league stage. Wow. That means you cannot have Real Madrid or Man City at playing at this stage. Wow, that rules out a lot of possibilities. Yeah, yeah, Man City, Arsenal, Liverpool cannot be thrown together. In Madrid, Barcelona, Atletico Madrid cannot play against each other. Uh-huh. Liverpool, Real Madrid can only happen if Real Madrid is home team at the Santiago Bernabeu, and Real Madrid is legally barred from traveling to Anfield at this stage, but they can at the league stage though, at the knockout stage. Uh-huh. So PSG or Bayern Munich can be drawn. Inter Milan vs or City can face each other, can face anyone on the list. PSG, Bayern Munich can face any of the other seven teams on the list. Inter Milan, Man City can face anyone on the list apart from the English counterpart. Yeah. So those are the only ones. I don't know whether the same applies to Port 2. Wow. And I know this is lazy journalism. Yeah. On so Man United as Villa cannot face each other in Port 2. Sporting CP and Porto cannot face each other in Port 2. Inter Milan, Inter Milan cannot face Arsenal for Port 1 and for Port 2. Yeah. So Dortmund, Roma, Betis, Club Brugge, and PSV have no domestic restrictions within Port 2 and can be drawn against any other team on these ports. For Port 3, wow, okay. Now they're explaining the groups how it's done. So Galatasaray and Fenerbahce cannot be drawn against each other in this pot three. Mm. Galatasaray and Fenerbahce cannot be drawn against each other in pot three. And Feyenoord and PSV cannot draw each other because of same currency. Leipzig, Bayern Munich, Dortmund, Stuttgart cannot be drawn against each other. Yeah. And the permitted party classes are Napoli, Villarreal can face any other opponent in this pot. Lille, Bordeaux, and Shakhtar are free to play anyone in this tier except for teams from their respective home countries. And pot four, now they're starting with pot one. They're mentioning what is in pot one. So for pot four, um, Lille cannot be drawn against PSG from pot one. Stuttgart cannot be drawn against Bayern Munich or Dortmund or Leipzig. Como cannot face against Inter Milan, Roma, or Napoli. Viking cannot play against Bordeaux. And yeah, they're not the yeah. So the tier stadium repetition does not work within pot four. Yeah. So I think that's all. I think I'll now wait for them to start this though, so that they can start with the first name. Make sure you like this. Make sure you like the stream. Subscribe to the channel. Also, like the content we produce for you guys. As yeah. Now it is time, and the draw. Ooh, two 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 two. Pot one. Who's been drawn? Real Madrid is being drawn. Sorry, Madrid cannot face against the Spanish side. Real Madrid cannot face against Atletico Madrid or Barcelona. They are facing against Inter. mm, Wow, Inter, Arsenal, PSV, Roma, Leipzig, Shakhtar, Lask, Athens. Real Madrid has a good grow. The only tough opponent that I see here is Inter and Arsenal. Roma is an okay. Leipzig is kinda tough, but yeah. Now Real Madrid is out of the equation. Next one, Man City has gotten the draw. Man City's is being drawn against. Let's wait for the opponent. Tu. They're being drawn against PSG, Barcelona, Sporting CP, Porto, Napoli, Leipzig, Athens, and Lens. Wow, that's a kind of tougher group league stage than Real Madrid because PSG, Barcelona, those are two tough teams. Porto, Sporting CP, those are easier teams. Napoli is a tougher team. Leipzig, especially, wow. Okay, that's not an easy league stage group. Uh huh. Next is Bayern, Inter Milan. Inter Milan, Real Madrid. They have been already drawn against Real Madrid, which is a tough opponent already. Mm, wow, Liverpool, that's a tough opponent. Club Brugge easier. Dortmund is there 50-50. Sakata easy. Fernando easy. Stuttgart, that's easy. Slovan Bratislava, that's easier. Actually, Inter has a very favorable league stage draw. That's a very favorable league stage draw for Inter Milan. Apart from Liverpool, they can rack up easy points. Mm, next is Barcelona. Barcelona already has City already confirmed at home. PSG, wow, that's tough. Aston Villa, easy. Sporting, easy. Fernando easy. Galatasaray, a bit tough. Como, easier. Sabbath, easier. So, the only tough opponent is Galatasaray, PSG, Man City. So for Barcelona, it is really easier. It is a easier or 50-50 draw. Don't know what happened. Then PSG. PSG has theirs confirmed. How am I using that when I can use this? And then if I use this, okay. Is that Electrical Madrid? I know Inter. Oh, Electrical Madrid. My bad. So for Atletico Madrid's draws, they have Leipzig, Liverpool, Man United, PSV, Fenerbahce, Bordeaux, Viking, Stuttgart. Wow, wow. Atletico Madrid, that's kind of easier. Like, apart from playing four opponents that are 50-50 draw. For Paris, they are having PSG is having Barcelona, Man City, Como, Slovan Bratislava, Villarreal, Galatasaray, Aston Villa, Roma. Yeah, so mostly a mid club. To be honest, they can easily beat Como, Slovan, Villarreal, and AS Roma. Roma, Aston Villa, they've already beaten them. Mm, Liverpool, wow. Liverpool cannot face a Liverpool's already been drawn against Atletico Madrid, Inter, and Porto, Club Brugge, Villarreal, Fenerbahce, Lens, and Lask. That's actually a good draw for Liverpool. A very good draw. Apart from Atletico Madrid and Inter, the rest are beatable. Yeah, that's a good draw for Liverpool. Next one, Arsenal. They're already facing against Madrid. Let me put this apart. Bayern Munich, wow. Dortmund, Real Betis. Arsenal can beat Sabat. They can beat Slava Prague. They can beat Lille. They can beat Real Betis. Arsenal, Dortmund, 50-50 there. Wow. Arsenal's draw is quite favorable. They might get to the knockout stage playoffs. Now the only one left in pot one is Bayern Munich. They've already been thrown against Arsenal, Atletico Madrid. Real Betis, easy, Man United. Wow. Bordeaux, Lille, Slava Prague, Viking. Wow, okay. That's tough. That's an easy draw for Bayern Munich. Easy draw. They can beat United, they can beat Bordeaux, they can beat Lille, they can beat Slava Prague, can beat Viking. Real Betis, yes. Arsenal, they struggle. Atletico Madrid is 50-50. They're for sure getting automatic qualification. And that's part one done with. That is part one done with. Wow, okay. I need to plan for Man United's team. Okay. Now they're showing port 2. And Club Brugge. I think now we're in port 2. Club Brugge is being drawn. The opponents are being drawn. And for Club Brugge, Club Brugge, Inter, Aston Villa, PSV, Bordeaux, Napoli, Lens, Stuttgart. That's draw the slag goal. Club Brugge released slag goal. Yeah, that is a draw that is definitely telling Club Brugge they're heading out of UCL for sure. Next is Borussia Dortmund. Dortmund has already been drawn against Inter and Arsenal. They're getting the abilities Aston Villa, Villarreal, Bordeaux, Athens, Sabat. They can beat Sabat, they can beat Athens. Bordeaux, Bordeaux, Bordeaux is a 50-50 to be honest. Bordeaux is 50-50. The Betis, they can beat the Betis. In, Inter is 50-50. Arsenal is 50-50, depending on the Dortmund that is facing. Next is Porto. Mm, Porto side has been allocated Man City, Liverpool. Wow. PSG, Betis, Napoli. They are not beating Napoli. Feyenoord, they're not. It can be a draw there. Slava Prague, Lask. They can challenge for knockout stage playoffs. It's possible, very much possible, if they believe in themselves. Aston Villa is getting the next draw. Aston Villa is getting the next draw. PSG, uh, Barcelona, Dortmund. They're not getting points against those ones. Club Brugge, Club Brugge, yes, they could get points against Club Brugge. Fenerbahce, wow, no. Galatasaray, no. Viking, Slava. Aston Villa has a tough group. I can see them getting 9 points, but that's a tough league stage. Yeah, for Aston Villa. Next is I know it. I feel it in my heart that this is United. The Betis, the Betis has Arsenal, Bayern, Porto, Dortmund, Feyenoord, Lille, Como, Slava, Bratislava, Bratislava. They're getting points there. Como, I can see a draw against Como. Lille, I can see a draw. Feyenoord, I can see a draw. Porto is 50-50. Yeah, so the Betis, it's a struggle for them. That draw is actually it's favorable, but it's also tough as well. No, Roma has been given Sporting CP, Man United, Lille, Fenerbahce, Bratislava, and yeah, and AK Athens. So for Roma, I believe Roma can and Sporting CP. Yeah, Roma, the easy teams they can beat is Athens, Fenerbahce, AK Athens, Fenerbahce, Lille, Man United is possible. Now United, we have been given two easy ones. No, Roma, we can beat Roma. I'm guaranteed we can beat Roma. I believe we can beat Roma. Sporting CP, wow, Bruno Fernandes is heading home. Leipzig, Leipzig, that's a tough blow. Villarreal, we always have some troubles against Villarreal. Sabat, we can beat Sabat. Como, we can beat Como for sure. Yeah. Next is Sporting CP to end group. Next is Sporting CP to end group Deport 2. Sporting CP is Barcelona, Man United, Man City, Roma. So the first half really is tough. Yeah, I can only see them beating Lask and Lens and Shakhtar. So those are 9 points. That's a tough group. Now PSV, but obviously these are early reactions. So those are not my real predictions. Atletico Madrid, Real Madrid, Club Brugge, Porto, Leipzig, Stuttgart, Viking. PSV can really they can go out there. They can beat Porto, they can beat Shakhtar, they can go to beat Stuttgart, they can beat Viking. Yeah, more PSV, they can beat Club Brugge, they can beat Club Brugge, they can beat Shakhtar, and they can beat Viking. So 9 points. So I guess next one is pot three, because we're done with this pot. Pot three, we're about to draw PS pot three. Shit. Wait, give me a second. Just let get myself comfortable. So pot three, pot three. Shakhtar is being cloned. They have a tough draw of Madrid, Inter, Sporting, PSV, Fenerbahce, Leipzig. They're getting 6 points from that draw. Next up, PSV. They can beat AK Athens and they can beat Slovan Bratislava. Next one is Villarreal. Um, PSG, Liverpool, Man United, Dortmund will be tough opponents for them. So those are 12 points gone. And then they have Napoli, which is another tough opponent. Fenerbahce, which is another tough opponent. Which means Sabah and Slava Prague are the only ones left. Hmm. Bordeaux, the team that everyone loved last season as a surprise underdog. Atletico Madrid, Bayern, Dortmund, Club Brugge, Lille, Napoli, Lask, and Lens. Bordeaux, Bordeaux, that's a tough draw. Lask, they can beat. Lens, they can beat. Club Brugge, possible. Lille, possible. Now they're going Leipzig. Um, Real Madrid, PSV, and United, they can beat PSV, they can beat Shakhtar, they can beat Feyenoord, they can beat Lens, they can beat Como. Leipzig actually got a good draw. Yeah, and also Man United, they can beat. Fenerbahce, Atletico Madrid, Liverpool, Roma, Aston Villa, Villarreal, Shakhtar, 22 teams left, Sabapra and Lask. For Fenerbahce, um, they can beat Shakhtar, Villarreal, Aston Villa, Roma. They can actually top. They can get automatic for Fenerbahce. The draw is very favorable. Feyenoord, Inter Milan, Barcelona, Porto, Real Betis, Leipzig. That's for Feyenoord. Mm, Galatasaray, Como, Viking. Wow, wow, that draw is kind of tough. I can see them get beating Viking. Villarreal will be at 1 point. Leipzig will be a tough draw. So wow, that draw is actually kind of tough. Galatasaray, Galatasaray will not has Barcelona, PSG, which they'll not beat. Aston Villa they can beat or they can push. Sporting CP they can beat. Fernandoid, Lille they can beat obviously convincingly, and AK Athens. Stuttgart can push them. So honest worry is Stuttgart, Sporting, and Aston Villa each is at their level. Next team being drawn is Napoli. At this point, Napoli is just drawing two teams: Arsenal, Man City, Club Brugge, Porto, Bordeaux, Villarreal. They can beat Club Brugge, they can beat Porto, they can beat Bordeaux, they can beat Villarreal, Viking, and Sabat as well. Actually, some of them, these teams, if you ask me, they can actually top. They can get automatic with their favorable draw, and for Napoli, they have a favorable draw. Lille, Lille, wow. Okay, Lille, Bayern Munich, Arsenal, they're not beating. Lille versus Betis, Betis is beating them. Roma beating them. Galatasaray not getting Lille is not getting 3 points there. Lille can get the point against Bordeaux, Slavos, Slovan Bratislava. Those are potential 6 points to 4 points. Both six. Stuttgart will beat them. So wow. Obviously, we have four pot four. The last pot that got Athens, Lask, Como, Como, Lens, Viking, Sabah. Hmm. Lens is being blown. Lens is being blown. Lens has Man City, Liverpool, Sporting, Club Brugge, Bordeaux, Leipzig. Lens can, if they push, Leipzig can beat Club Brugge or Slava Prague, and they can actually get 6 points, 6 to 7 points there if Lens push it. Arsenal, Bayern Munich, Slava Prague. Arsenal, Bayern Munich, Aston Villa, Porto, Villarreal, Fenerbahce, Lens, Sabath. Slava Prague is beating Sabath. And yeah, they're going out of the UCL basically. Sabath, I think Sabath is also heading home. Either way, Sabath, they're having by Barcelona, Arsenal, Dortmund, Man United, Napoli, Villarreal, Slava Prague, and last one is Viking. They can beat Viking. They can get 3 points there. But Sabath is going home for sure. You have to feel it for them. Startgate, Startgate is Atletico Madrid, Inter, Club Brugge, PSV, Real, Galatasaray. Stuttgart can push for PSV. They can push to beat Real. They can beat Viking, and they can beat Slovan Prague. They can get a good 12 points. Como, wow, Como has a tough group. They can beat the Betis, United, Leipzig, Feyenoord, Lens. They can actually go on a good run if they wanted to. PSG, Barcelona, not. Yeah, they can get good points. They can wrap up good points if they wanted to. Okay, Athens and also Lens as well. Iran is in attendance, and I think that ends the group stage. I think we know all the. Yeah, I think we know all the teams so far. We have drawn every opponent, everything, and that ends because we know every team. So yeah, it has been a long as draw, a long as stream, but big up to everyone for joining the stream. And I'll see you guys next time. I'll do a stream for United fans for UCL, and then I'll do one for predictions. So I'll see you guys for that.